Today we're going to check in with our posture and our alignment. So come and stand. You can be anywhere on the mat, and then take your feet about hips distance. Spread the toes. I like to begin here just to really firm up my anchor point of the feet into the ground. Tone up through the legs. And already this action kind of alerts and recruits all the muscles of my pelvis and the glutes, and it sort of switches me on. When I don't switch on my anchor and up through the root of my legs, I live in this kind of anterior tilt. So if you can imagine a bowl as my pelvis with water in it. And as I kind of live my life, there's this loosening off of all the muscles I need, which tips my water bowl forward. Some of us maybe that sit for long periods of time or have other things going on, you might be the other way inclined, or you might be quite neutral. Awesome. Neither is good or bad, but it's really nice just to become aware of our position of pelvis in space, because everything happens from here. So if something's not aligned right in our pelvis, usually we have maybe ongoing problems, lower back pain, shoulder ache, neck pain, all the fun things. So anchor the feet, tone the legs, check in with the pelvis. And then already from here, you might feel this containment of the ribs and the belly sort of draw in and up to give you more of an alert spine, but it's really effortless once we find our neutral. Maybe not straight away. If this is very new to you, it might feel quite strange. Another way to check is to take one hand to your sacrum, so the lower back, and one hand to the back of the skull. And if these are not aligned, see if you can then align them up, and that is going to bring you more into a neutral. Your scapula as well, so here on the upper back is also in alignment with your skull and the sacrum behind you. And when I get there, sometimes I struggle, so I use and recruit other muscles, like flaring out my rib cage. So drawing the ribs in, checking in with the anchor, and always just coming back. Use your hands wherever you need them. And then when you are standing in your full alignment, it will feel quite nice to close down the eyes and take 3 deep breaths together, in through the nose and pour out the mouth. In through the nose, down into the belly, out through the mouth. One more, in through the nose and out through the mouth. Big sigh. Reach your arms up to the ceiling. When you get there, see if you can bring the shoulders with you, or imagine your armpits lifting up towards the ears. And this way we recruit the back muscles. The scapula is going to lift up with you. And we want this. We want this feeling when we're in down dog as well. This kind of wrapping sensation of the bicep. It's switching on through the armpit as well. Lift into the toes. Keep your inner thighs alive. And glutes toned. Really as long and as tall as you can get here. Take a breath in. Lower the heels. Bend your knees a lot, hands to the floor. Flat palms on the ground. Start to just weight bear into your hands. So the wrists feel a bit of heat. You can claw the fingertips. Bend your knees more to let the palms stay flat. And if that is not accessible, you can always come onto fingertops. Or even so, you can bring hands to shins or upper thighs. Take 2 more breaths. Tabletop pose. Lower the knees under the hips, wrists under the shoulders. Extend the right leg to the back of the mat. Keep the toes tucked and the right butt firm. Left arm reaches forward for something. Same action, armpit towards left ear. Contain the belly. Keep the neck long and the right inner elbow super extended. Press more into the right palm, especially the index knuckle, thumb knuckle. Lift the right heel an inch. So notice nothing should happen with your pelvis and lower back. The right toes can tap back down and then lift up an inch. Do that a few times. Keep the breath long. So although we're moving quick pulses with the right leg, we are keeping the breath extended. And the left arm reaching forward for 3, 2, left palm under left shoulder, side plank. Swivel your left shin behind you, reach the right arm up, but keep looking at your left thumb. My right foot is flat to the earth. Ribs are in. Right arm reaches forward, so even more space through the right ribs. If it feels good, you can drop the left ear. Take one more deep breath in. Come back to tabletop. Make fists. And cat-cow here. It's the in-breath that softens the belly and smiles the collarbones. Open, and then exhale, round. Punch the floor away. 2 more. Really move from the spine rather than the neck. Flat palms. This time extend your left leg to the back of the mat. Toes stay tucked. Left butt firm. Right arm forward. Reach for something. And really bring the right armpit with you. Left arm is super straight. Claw down your left fingertips. Once you find that, you can stay or lift up the heel an inch and then back down. Little lift and lowers. It's like we aren't going for this huge movement, but it's really challenging to stay with everything super solid, but with the breath free to move in and out for 3, for 2, and 1. Side plank, right palm down, swivel the right shin behind you, open left arm, gaze down at right thumb. And if you are losing some toning of the belly and the butt, you can use your hand as a reference just to check everything is switched on. You can drop the right ear. Press more into the right palm for 3. Left arm reaches forward. 2. Breathe into the left ribs. Come back, tabletop. Nice. Downward facing dog. Lift the hips and walk your fingertips to the toes, back of the mat. Bend the knees, anchor the feet, sway the upper body, get really fluid. Stillness, deep inhale. Exhale, release. Bend the knees to roll up. Okay, find your alignment. You can use the hands to check in, lift your heels, and then lower. You can go slow or quite quick. So I'm looking to generate more fire, more prana, more breath, just to get the energy moving today. There's a really grey sky and a real fogginess in the air, and that's reflected in how I feel as well. You can shake out the wrists, shoulders. I'm feeling the calves start to burn, or you're going slow and controlled. Stay with it. For 3. You can close the eyes for 2. You can shake out the head, get a bit more crazy and wild. And stillness. If you haven't already, keep the eyes closed. 3 deep breaths. Nice. Take a wide stance on the mat. You might face me. All 10 toes face in the same direction. Take your hands behind you to the lower back. Elbows pin back. I'm going to bend into the right knee. send my hips back and my heart forward, and all the weight is in my heels. I can even lift up the 10 toes. There's a huge flexion at the right hip. You can even bring the right hand and kind of press it into the hip, kind of stuff the hip back. Stay on this level and glide over to the other side. Bend your left knee. So side adductors. Toning the legs and keeping really long in the chest, strong in the spine. Glide over to the right and then the left. So same here. You might free up the arms, or you can take them into the hips, side to side. Try let this movement really be in the hip joint, so you're not kind of moving up through the body. Your torso is staying solid for 3, for 2, nice, for 1. Top of the mat. Bring the right knee up to the belly. Stay firm in your left leg. Flex the right toes. Arms reach up. Take a deep breath in. Deep breath out. Fly the right leg to the back of the mat, and as you do, bend through your left knee and send your arms back. Eventually, hands land simultaneously to the back toe landing. High plank, breathe in. Downward dog, breathe out. Let's bend our knees and lift up the heels. Arms stay super straight. Ripple forward to high plank. And back to down dog. You might step or jump or tiptoe top of the mat. Come up to stand. Firm right leg this time. Left knee flexes up. Flex left toes with you. Arms reach up. Think long side waist. Can you grow longer in the ribs? Fly left leg to the back of the mat. As you do, bend the right knee with control. Arms are back. Can the toes land at the same time as your hands? Slow, slow, slow. High plank. Breathe. Downward dog. Breathe out. Take 2 breaths. Come to a kneeling or cross-legged. Sit on a block or props if you need. Let's close down the eyes. Sharp inhale through the nose. Open mouth, sigh. Again, sharp inhale through the nose. Slow breath out. Last time, sharp inhale and hold at the top. Slow as you can, breath out. Soften in to your seat. Notice any tingling, fuzziness in the hands, the feet, buzzing in the brain. Is there a newfound light, freshness to your system? And that is the power of movement, especially conscious movement, when we align ourselves correctly and intentionally breathe deeper. We can really generate our own energy, our own power. We don't always need a huge hour or 2 to bust out some crazy workout, and that's also amazing. It has its place. But can we introduce just more movement as we move through our day? Open the eyes when you're ready and take in the surroundings, the colors. Thank you for joining. I hope that gave you some new fresh energy. Any questions, let me know, and hope to see you soon.